welcome in to the first of hopefully many Woolly Wednesdays. Today's video is going to be pretty chill. It's going to be an introduction to myself, an introduction to what the series will be. No tools needed. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Right. I got some slides for us so that we can stay on track, because knowing myself, we're not going to stay on track. So, let us begin with, who am I? Hi, let us begin with, who am I? Hi, I'm Scaly Skate. I am a vtuber. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just a YouTuber, streamer, whatever you want to be, who uses a virtual avatar. This is my avatar. You can see her moving. I'm just a little purple dragon. Though I'm actually getting my character redesigned, so you might see a new model in the future. Though I'm saving that for when I reach affiliate on Twitch, which is the primary place that I do content. I do a lot of streaming. As you can see my link there. It's also in my link tree and bio, yada yada yada. If you want to come join streams, come hang out. I play a variety of games, mostly chill, cozy, RPG, survival, though in truth it's really whatever I want, because I make the rules as my streams. And additionally, I do bi-weekly crochet streams. So every other Saturday, usually, I get my projects out, I put a Pomodoro timer on, invite you guys to also work on your projects, and we just kind of work for 3 hours, get a little things done. And on our breaks, I have a widget thing that we can fish with the chat. And it's great. It's fun. It's technically on all non-collab streams, but I engage with it a lot more on the crochet streams because I can. Additionally to all of that, I make some videos. I have Skyrim videos. I have music videos because I'm a musician. A musician, dancer, and toy TRPG lover. There's some fun facts about me. I do a couple covers. I want to do more music stuff for sure. I just don't have time. But I hope to make some royalty-free tracks that people can download and things. Dancing, I have no idea if that's ever going to happen. I'm going to need a 3D model for that, because obviously this girl cannot dance. Well, she can kind of, just wiggle. And then TTRPGs. I'm a fantasy girly. I love D&D, Daggerheart. I have so many different systems downloaded and stuff. Definitely expect some of that in the future. So, moving on to the actual point of this video. The point of this video and the series, more or less, primary point is education. Primarily it is to get the skills to make something beautiful, to make something with your own hands, be it crochet or sewing or whatever. My primary medium will be fiber arts. So that's all things that use yarn, crocheting and knitting, or thread things like embroidery and sewing stuff. Again, it's kind of gonna be wishy-washy, whatever I feel like learning and thus and then teaching, or what people ask for. I'm definitely open to, if people have things they want to learn and I find them interesting, I'll go ahead and learn them and then I'll teach them to you. Secondly, sustainability. We all know that fast fashion sucks, but you don't realize how bad it is until you know how much goes into making things, making fabrics, and the skills required to make all these things. And I also think you cherish items more when you make them yourself and you've put those hours in. I definitely know anything that I've made myself, I'm like, treasure that baby with all of my heart. And sustainability is another passion of mine. It's like, let's do better. Obviously we can all use improvement. I'm not perfect. No way I'm perfect. We can always learn how to improve our ways of doing that. Same with the second point there, creation. So I hope to do both like flat tutorials, list like here's what you gotta do, row per row. But then I also want to sort of discuss the process of designing whatever we're making. So be it how to make a pattern for sewing or like how to design a crochet and knitting pattern. Mostly because that's something I myself want to learn. I would love to be able to freehand patterns. That would be a crazy skill. I admire anyone who can do it. Not quite there yet. And lastly, have fun. Always have fun. Have fun, enjoy what you're doing, and enjoy showing the fruits of your labor. If you guys ever post videos of stuff you make, or like photos of stuff you make, not just videos, if you post photos and like on my comment on my Twitter or something, I would love to see all of your creations. Alright, so if I'm teaching you, you want to know what I know, at least to start with. So my history in terms of fiber art stuff. I learned crochet and knitting as a child. I remember being in like 2nd grade joining the knitting club for my school. And that was a fun ordeal. I remember having to learn how to cast on. Oh boy. Let's just say it's a little rough at first. And then I learned crochet as well. Many family members of mine are like fiber arts is huge in my family. Let's just say that. We got like my mom crocheted all of our dishcloths growing up. My aunt crochets and knits. My grandma did some. She was more sewing. Both of my grandmas were sewers. One was actually a professional seamstress. She is crazy good. But for me, right now, I took a big break from like crochet and knitting while in like high school and middle school and stuff when I was kind of busy with extracurriculars and all that. But I recently got back into crochet. So that's kind of the primary medium that I'm using at the moment. I do hope to get back into knitting. I just find crochet is easier. It's more flexible, as in you don't have to finish every single row, whereas with knitting you have to finish a row once you start. Otherwise it can make problems. Whereas crochet, I can stop in the middle of the row and like just go if I want to crochet before class, if I whatever. So it's a little more flexible, which is handy for a busy schedule of a student like me. I consider myself a beginner sewer. Funnily enough, I have more knowledge and more background hand sewing than machine sewing. As I mentioned earlier, I was a dancer. I did ballet for so many years, and so I have sewn many a point shoe ribbon on and darned many a point shoe tip, as well as just mending. So I know a lot of that, and I'm learning how to do machine sewing. My aunt is teaching me. My aunt will be mentioned a lot because she's taught me a lot of things, and I often steal her crochet hooks and knitting needles when I don't have the right size, and I might have one that I need to return to her right now. But I'm definitely a beginner sewer. We'll hopefully get better as time goes on. Quilting is a big family tradition of mine. My aunt, my grandma, one of my dad got like lots of quilting. I definitely remember sitting around the quilt frame as a child and nodding and eventually graduating to actually quilting. So that's a fun thing I do. I've never pieced a quilt before, but I have seen like some of the other ends of it, and it's really cool. And then I'm a dabbler. I'm a dabbler in everything. I like to dabble in everything. As I mentioned in embroidery before, I've done a little bit, not a whole lot. We can all learn together. And like, I don't know. I just love learning. I love learning things. I love showing things that I've learned. I love helping other people learn the things that I'm also passionate about learning. So that's going to be a lot of this series. So what's next? What's coming up? I've had quite a couple requests for mending, which this will come. For sure. Mending it's not awful. It's basically just hand sewing, and then hand sewing in certain ways. So that will definitely come. But we're gonna start with crochet. As I said, it's my primary medium. It's the one I'm most actively familiar with. It's the one that I can spend 3 hours a day doing if I really had the time, but I don't have the time, and I would love to have the time. So we'll start with that. Specifically, the next part of this, which I expect to come in about 2 weeks. I expect this to be a bi-weekly series, just because, again, time. I don't have it. I want more. But next time, whenever that is, hopefully 2 weeks, it will be a video on all the tools you need for crochet. And a couple extras that are nice to have. We'll start with the very basics and work our way up. So don't buy anything. Don't go to Michael's or whatever craft store you have near you. Don't do that. Wait. I don't want you buying things that you don't need, that are more expensive than there are cheaper options, and such like that. So hold on to your wallets and wait for like 2 weeks. Though, if you have anything else that you would like to request, if you would like to learn how to make dishcloths or specific things that you want to know, it doesn't even have to be crochet related. It can be anything really fiber arts related. Leave them down below. And if you want to be notified in 2 weeks when I post this video, consider subscribing and clicking the bell. And liking, because that tells YouTube to send this video to other people who might want to know these things and see these things. So, I hope to see you in the next. This is all we have for today, but I hope to see you in the next one. Have lovely days, everybody, buddy, and bye-bye-bye.